Traders. Today is Thursday, August 28th. The time is 9:30. And I'm speeding this video up today because it took almost an hour to get into a trade. So you can see here the market opened and we had our large bar protection turned on, enabled for 120 ticks. So any bar that was greater than 120 ticks, it would not take an order. And we had our chop filter turned on as well. And of course, as always, our support and resistance checks. So you could see the market opened up with a bang. It just shot right up. Must have been on the CPI news. And it just shot right up. So the bars were huge. There was a 248 tick bar. There was a 305 tick bar. It just shot right up. So we waited patiently. 5 minutes went by, 10 minutes went by, still no trades. And it wasn't until about, I'd say 10:30-ish Eastern, we had our first trade. So I condensed this video down. It was over 35 minutes with me pausing the video, but I didn't want to bore you, so hopefully speeding this up will give you an idea. So it did a great job of keeping us out of chop. You'll see in a second that after it had this big run up, it just ground to a halt. It was grinding to a halt. It just stood there, hung out there. You can see it broke through the London high, which is that gold color, and it just hung out above this area here for, I'd say, solid 10, 15 minutes. So you can see Praedox did a good job of keeping us out of this mess. It was sloppy. You can see here as I speed it up, we just stayed in that range. Okay, we did shoot down a little lower after that. Now we're at the 950 mark. Still no trades. We were looking to possibly get a trade here, but we were going right into the support area here. So, of course, we didn't get into a trade because we had support in our way. And the bar was 251 ticks. So we were definitely not going to get in there. And you could see the chop filter was red, meaning that it was protecting us from any trades anyway. So we had the chop filter on. A large bar protection was at 251. We were at support. No trade. Even though it worked out, it wasn't a quality trade. Again, you could say, oh, well, it worked out. Well, yeah, it worked out this time. But we had too much against us, so it did not take the trade. So then we approach our 10 o'clock hour, looking for a possible reversal. Nothing. Then it just kind of consolidated here for a bit. You can see we had another large bar right there, 158 ticks. Started to retest the London high. And then you could see it just got into this sloppy mess again. Okay, we get a reversal signal. Chop filter was on. We had a reversal signal. We never really got below that reversal. This limit order did cancel itself after 3 complete bars. So there's the second bar. Then we had a third bar, and it just canceled it because it never hit it. So after 3 bars, the rule is you cancel your order. So again, we waited. There's now 10:22. Still no trade since the open. Okay, we were approaching our hour cutoff, and then we just hung around here again. No follow through, no nothing. Bar sizes started to get a little smaller, but it just hung around here. Did nothing. So there's our reversal we didn't get into because of 3 bars. Just hung in this choppy zone here a little bit longer. Chop filter kicked in again, said nope, can't get into this trade short here because we had chop filter. Then I was checking to make sure we had enough room here. we had a 127 tick bar on a long reversal. So we had a couple things against us here is why it didn't take it. One, it was 127 ticks. Two, it was buying right into this resistance point, right? And three, it had more resistance above it. So it was like, we're not taking this trade. It's a reversal. Those are usually solid signals. It just was against us. Then we had into a possible breakout short. It didn't like that. And then we got into a winning trade with this long here. So again, 1038. We just waited patiently. And then it just shot right through the London high, as you'll see in a second. Of course, my trade copier didn't pick up, and I'm not sure why. I got to check that out. And then we got into that trade for, you'll see in a second. I forget the dollar amount, but pretty good dollar amount. And then you can see the ATMs managing the trade. Anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment, leave me an email, shoot me a message on Discord. Join our channel. It's a great channel. Bunch of folks there. We are in beta testing with Praedox Trader's Assistant. You know, patience paid off. It was a patience kind of day. Have a great day. We'll be back at it tomorrow. And we'll see you then.